Thank you, Nick. And our second ministry that will be speaking today is our Food Pantry ministry. And speaking about our Food Pantry ministry will be Betty Roussos.
Good morning, church family. You know that old Beatles song, I get by with a little help from my friends? That simple line has never felt more real than it does at the Aurora Interfaith Food Pantry. A place where friendship, compassion, and community are not just nice ideas, but a lifeline for thousands of people. I know this because I used to volunteer there. Before COVID, 3 days a week, I would see many people in need. I would arrive at the pantry around 7 a.m., and even in the cold, heat, or rain, people would already be lining up until the doors open at 10 a.m. People sitting quietly and patiently, some with their children in the back seat, some with walkers, some attached to oxygen tanks, young moms, veterans, seniors, people who never imagined they would be in this position. Before the doors open, volunteers like me would get to work. We would go through the boxes of produce donated from local grocery stores. The food is still good, it's just not self-ready anymore. We would inspect every bag of lettuce and every box of strawberries. If it was moldy or open or spoiled, we would toss it. And the food we did discard would find a purpose, being given to a local pig farmers so nothing would go to waste. At 10 a.m., more volunteers would arrive. We would gather for a moment of prayer to pause and thank God for the food, for the hands that prepared it, and for the hearts that would receive it. And then the doors would open. One volunteer would check in the families, another would hand out numbers, and yet another to distribute the carts. And then slowly and quietly, people would be invited to walk through the pantry, many times being limited to just one or two of a certain item. And what would get me every time is the moment they stand in front of the canned goods and pause just to decide, do I take the green beans or the corn? I stood there wondering, how would I feed my own family with just one can of vegetables? It's a decision many of us have never have to make. At 2 p.m., the pantry would close. The last few guests would finish their shopping as volunteers would sweep, restock, and mop. But the work didn't end there. More food would be packed and delivered, packages going to the Veterans Center, Head Start programs, pediatric clinics, schools, and churches that help local families. It's brought to the homes of the disabled and senior housing, and even some residents living right down the street from our very own St. Athanasios. If someone is hungry, the pantry tries to find a way to feed them. There's even a phone number they can call, because no one should be forgotten. But this ministry is under pressure. The pantry now serves over 1,500 families every week, 3 times as many as before the pandemic, and just when the need is greater than ever before, a large portion of federal funding has been cut. The food pantry is doing everything they can, but they are deeply concerned about how they would provide for Thanksgiving and Christmas meals this year. Last year, they gave out 750 holiday meals. But this year, they simply don't know how many meals they would be able to offer without more help. That's where we come in. Church family, I'm not asking you to do something big. I'm asking you to do something simple and powerful. Bring just one can or one box each month. It may feel small, but remember this. Jesus fed 5,000 people with just 5 loaves and 2 fish. He took what little was offered and multiplied it. I include a list of the most needed items in the Champion newsletter. This will be updated monthly. Your small gift could be the reason a child eats dinner tonight. Your one can could be someone's answered prayer. Together, we could make sure that no one in our community goes hungry. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Betty, for your tireless efforts to support the Aurora Interfaith Food Pantry. These are just some of the ministries that are supported and provided by our parish of St. Athanasius as you hear about the work of God within our own community, strengthening friendships and relationships, and as well as our impact in the community around us to provide much needed support and sustenance for the people. Understand and know that this is the work of God present and active through all of our parishioners and through our parish as a whole. If any of these ministries or any of the other ministries that we have highlighted in the last few months speaks to you, please reach out to the people who have been presenting, reach out to the church office, reach out to me to make sure that we can connect you with a ministry that both fulfills and fills your heart and fulfills in the hearts of those around you.